You know what? F everything. I'm a 34-year-old autistic ogre whose life has gone to waste. And this isn't how I sound like for real, because I'm a Finlander who's getting sick and tired of trying to come up with an acceptable English accent while acting as if my English content was getting anywhere among my pre-existing Finnish audience. It just isn't. Which is why I created this channel, so that I could finally focus on spewing my thoughts out without the barriers of AI haters and all the entitled f***tards who know as much about video making as a baby knows about piloting a plane. I mean, sure, if you happen to figure out what my Finnish YouTube channels are as their subscriber and you don't like what you're hearing, then please go f*** yourself. Finland and the Finnish language are nothing but a burden to me at this point. Finnish is phonetically closer to Japanese than English, meaning that if you've learned the language before English, then good luck trying to sell yourself internationally. Your English is going to sound so terrible that foreigners will be polite to you at best and then ignore you entirely. Oh, sure. There are always the exceptions, like the hydraulic press channel on YouTube. But exceptions don't make rules. The rule is that having learned the Finnish language first is a fucking death sentence to your dreams. Since no matter how well you could understand and type things in English, you just can't unlearn the sounds that make a proper Finnish accent. And yes, you can go on and call me a defeatist all you want, but that doesn't make me any less tired of acting as if everything would work out eventually. So I'm running this text of mine through ElevenLabs text-to-speech, and that's that. I mean, people barely even read anything these days, so I could as well just keep going for the ElevenLabs solution while getting bashed by clueless AI critics who fall for the fear-mongering. I mean, the world is shit no matter what, so you could as well make your life as easy as possible and enjoy the decline. Sure, human species just might get wiped out by Terminators in the future, but for real, what am I even losing if they go that far? I bet I'm not even worth the effort to them when they see what I've gone through. But assuming that this limbo of staying alive while waiting for the release of death continues, feel free to listen to the rest of this video or shut the f*** up and change the channel, you entitled waste of human flesh. Autism, no matter how much you glorify it based on some exceptional cases, will most likely rob you anything that would make your pathetic existence worth it. I was already an overly sensitive nutcase before the age of 10. I was hooked onto the PlayStation 1 like how toddlers are hooked onto their smartphones these days, because of how fucking hard it was to navigate people while trying to get some fucking room to fucking recharge from the constant social stimuli. I mean, the fuckheads already got me diagnosed with Asperger's by then, but did it have any positive effect on my life? Of course not, because again, we're talking about Finland as it was in the late 90s. It was kind of like where the United States are nowadays in terms of approaching autism. You know, some professionals get it, and some f***tards disguised as professionals act like Trump and straight up call it an overdose of Tylenol or something. And of course, my parents were too busy dealing with their own shit and my cynical brother to be in the position where I wouldn't have to walk on eggshells with them. I mean, shit. They were always about to burst into a full-blown tantrum for the position they had put themselves in. They had followed the basic idiocy of the last century, where you think adding more children to your family and moving to a countryside would magically make everyone happy. As kids, me and my bro already knew how fucking stupid our parents had been by making us. But of course, we couldn't be as blunt about it as now. And as if defending my victim status wasn't hard enough, they were still able to feed and shelter us, as if that was enough to make a sustainable household. And again, I was more or less aware of the outright dysfunction that was behind this goddamn facade that I had to grow up with. And I don't know whether it was for that or anything else, but I was a sensitive nutcase as well. I mean, for f***'s sake, not getting my ride to home from school at the exact time a clock was enough to make me lose it entirely. For context, the way many school kids got their transports between school and home in my area was via taxis that had contracts between the school and the parents or something. And sure enough, there was this one day when some f***head had apparently forgotten about my ride home and I went nuts. But of course, instead of a sign of how f***ing hard it was for me to mask and go by the norms throughout the day, the mouth breather staff of my school treated my tantrum as a sign of behavioral issues. And that's what I think is still wrong with parenting and quote-unquote raising the kids these days. No one even attempts to be present in the kids' lives, and then they act shocked when shit finally hits the fan. Overall, my fucking existence from childhood to the present has been a goddamn facade, including these stupid YouTube channels of mine that go nowhere whatsoever. Not that I even planned on getting monetized, as the only thing I can somewhat trust is getting my disability checks. And sure, even that could be yoinked out at some point, as Finland's economy is shit, and you never know what that authoritarian dickhead of a Russian president might do to our f***ed up country. But just think about it. No girlfriend, no future, no prospects. Nothing but broken dreams, overpriced gaming gear, debt from all these escapistic purchases completed by the short-term pleasure of sweets with potential diabetes and a heart attack just waiting their chances to end it once and for all. I mean, Finland could as well just surrender prematurely, as we're always forced to walk on eggshells with Russia even when they're not blowing their resources into invasions. Maybe that's why every Finlander I know is so fucking hollow. Maybe that's why we somehow built this welfare shithole only to end up cutting on it again and again. We really don't fucking believe in ourselves as a nation, so why the fuck should I? And that's partially why I'm like Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy and just making the best of the oncoming end to this stupid, alcohol-ridden excuse of a country that failed to make my life worthy and will only double down in saying that I have a victim mentality or something. I rightly waited for its overglorified welfare system to just fucking raise me and my parents so that I wouldn't end up this miserable. But of course it was too much to ask, just as getting a mind-blowing romance as a compensation for what I've gone through has been too much to ask for. I mean, what fucking reason do I have to respect this shitty country and this clown world that keeps feeding me and then laughing at me like a spotty teenager for getting fat? Seriously, the grease of my fat corpse will probably be more useful when I die than all my goddamn channels combined. I hope my fat will taste good on your bread then, you unpredictable assholes. Thanks for leaving me with nothing but a stupid DIY PC and the upcoming decades of purgatory ahead of me, unless some undetected heart disease ends this shit sooner.